week 2 of the high school girls basketball season in Minnesota, and our season opener on CCX. The Wayzata Trojans come to Maple Grove to take on the Crimson. From Maple Grove High School, John Jacobson and Patty Sorensen with you. And Patty, these teams have often played in the last several years in either the season opener or very early in the year. No different this season, but this year each team has 2 games under their belt. Wayzata coming in 2-0, Maple Grove 1-1.
Yeah, they both, like you said, early in the season, but tough competition right away. Maple Grove's had a couple of close games where they're 1-1, like you said, and it seemed like a little easier start, I would say, for Wayzata so far.
2 really good teams, Patty, both ranked. They're going to be ranked in the preseason and contenders all season, I think, in their conference and in their sections. They're going to be teams that we're going to be talking about come March as well.
Oh, very talented, you know, and when you talk about what they've even lost, I mean, Wayzata graduated 1, Maple Grove graduated 3, so they're bringing back good nucleuses for both teams, which is going to only help them as they go down through the season.
Maple Grove, a state tournament team last year. Wayzata probably would be a state tournament team multiple times over. They didn't play in the same section as Hopkins, hoping to break through that this year, but it's going to be a terrific ball game. It's fun to see and a good test for these teams early in the season. Okay, where are we at heading into Thanksgiving?
Oh, exactly. I think they like that. It's like you get to kind of get a feel. What are we improving on? What do we need to tweak? How are the other kids fitting in that are stepping up to play in the rotations now? And how we're going to gel? And what do we got to work on?
Our key players are both veterans to these programs, starting with Wayzata. Sophie Hawkinson is now in her 4th year as a varsity player for the Trojans. She'll play college basketball next year at North Dakota State. Terrific talent.
Oh, amazing young athlete. Like Coach said, she just has gotten better every year. She just keeps getting better, and just how she sees the floor general she is, she's looking for a lot of good things out of her this year.
And from Maple Grove, a 5-year varsity player, Jordan Odie. The senior, she'll be playing next year at Michigan State.
What can you say? We've watched Jordan Odie, like you said, for 5 years now, and she's just a fun ball player to watch. Leading scorer in the history here at Maple Grove, and already the leading scorer, but yet got the whole season to add to it.
Wayzata definitely has a size advantage. Is that physical presence that they bring possibly the edge for Wayzata tonight, or it's certainly a factor?
Well, I think definitely a factor, and I think that's one thing that both coaches have talked to about in a way. I know Wayzata wants to look and get the ball inside, see how Maple Grove matches up with that, and I know Maple Grove wants to figure out and deal with the physicality of Wayzata.
Should be a fun one. Our first game of the season in girls basketball, Maple Grove and Wayzata will tip off next on CCX.
Financial Credit Union. We love getting to be part of our members' big moments. Whether it's making home improvements, going to school, building a business, or even getting married. An interest-only home equity line of credit with payments as low as $50 per month can help you get there. It's just one of the ways we're helping our members on their financial journeys. Become a top-line member and let us be a part of yours, because connected, we all do better.
John Jacobson and Patty Sorensen at Maple Grove High School ready to tip off our girls basketball matchup between the Wayzata Trojans and the Maple Grove Crimson on the Tuesday before Thanksgiving 2024. Let's look at the starting lineups for these teams. And as Patty mentioned in the pregame, a lot of familiar names on both sides. The girls that have seen a lot of varsity action for Wayzata. Their guards are Marn Day, a 6'1" sophomore. Sophie Hawkinson, a 5'8" senior. Annika Kieser is a 5'9" sophomore. And 2 forwards, who are both seniors, Allie Burns and Katie Kelsenberg for Maple Grove. Bella Hanna, Addie Hanna, and Lexi Hanna are all seniors. The Hanna sisters, along with Kate Holmquist. She's the lone junior in the lineup. And Jordan Odie, we talked about the other senior in the starting 5. Julie Stewart, 4th year head coach at Wayzata. It's good success, hoping to push the Trojans to the state tournament this year. And Mark Cook, a state tournament coach last year, 16th year now as head coach here at Maple Grove. 2 seasoned coaches, 2 really good programs under them.
Exactly, very talented teams and histories in their programs, and coaches that have been around, and it'd be a fun matchup.
Ladies and gentlemen, the players are ready. We hope you are ready. It's Wayzata and Maple Grove.
Let's get going. Wayzata in the white and blue. Maple Grove in their home black, crimson and gold, and we are underway. The opening possession for Wayzata. The shot clock came into play last year, 2 years ago, for late conference teams and conference teams. So Wayzata a little more used to it. But it wasn't as much of a factor last season as I thought it might be for the first year it was implemented. Good pass by Hawkinson, but Day unable to convert underneath with the rebound on the weak side by Burns. Wayzata keeps possession. Kelsenberg turning. The buzzer is a shot clock violation.
No, I agree with you too. I thought we might have seen more last year's shot clock violation or issues, and I was surprised there really weren't many problems with it.
Addie Hanna up to Lexi Hanna in the front court. And now to Odie. Odie will stop. Out on the wing, the pass from Lexi Hanna, and popping out is Holmquist. Lead drive, Kelsenberg defensively on her. Odie will step back and shoot and score.
She's just so comfortable out there and on the floor, and just so smooth, fun to watch what she creates and what she can make happen.
Second possession for Wayzata. Hawkinson, their top scorer so far, hands off to Burns. The defense on her by Lexi Hanna. We're getting right in the face of these Wayzata players, but a little too close here, committing a foul.
They were doing a great job being aggressive. Thought they got in there and the timing right for the tie-up, but it went against them that way.
Well, it's going to go on Bella Hanna, her first. Kelsenberg above the block, turns, spins off the glass, gets it back, tries again and scores. Senior three-sport athlete gets Wayzata on the board. Ball deflected in the backcourt, steal for Wayzata. Hawkinson looked at the basket. Now we'll hand off. And Day, then off on the wing, and the three-point try from Keyser misses out of bounds over to Maple Grove.
You know, and that's going to be some of the key too, how much Wayzata tries to get the ball in and how Maple Grove responds, and you know, matchup height-wise, there's some differences there.
And backcourt pressure put on by Wayzata. And they force another turnover, Wayzata does. So back-to-back turnovers by Maple Grove's offense. Ball tipped away. Recovered by Keyser, and then a steal for Odie. Lays it in.
Georgia did a great job watching and anticipating to get in there and get that steal.
Maple Grove back in front. Hawkinson to Kelsenberg, looking for the cutter, finds her, shot gets blocked. Odie getting the block on the shot from Keyser. Hanna, three-point try won't go, tipped. Last touched by Day of Wayzata.
Yeah, she just so comfortable and smooth out there. Oh, nice block. Nice block. Did a great job of getting in there and getting all ball.
Hanna driving and scores. 6-2 Maple Grove. Pass across and intended for Day from Hawkinson. Sails out of bounds. There's a look at the last meeting. The two players who aren't playing tonight. Kate Amelot tore ACL during soccer and is out for the year. Would have been a very big player for them this season as a junior. And Claire Stern, 20 points. She had a great senior season. Was kind of that physical post player, definitely a scorer, and now playing up at North Dakota State University. Turnover by Maple Grove that was knocked away from Lexi Hanna. So already the third turnover for The Crimson, three-point try, doesn't go, and out of bounds. And last touched by Kelsenberg, Maple Grove basketball.
Well, I think Maple Grove right now has got to get comfortable in their breaking of this press and the pressure they're receiving. They just got to relax, work their system, and I think they'll be okay.
They break the press this time. Bellahana to Odie, gets cut off by Kelsenberg, comes back out. Odie will drive. Kick to the corner. Passing on the perimeter, and then the drive to the hoop, and Bellahana unable to finish. Rebounded by Hawkinson. Three ball by Day. So a lot of playing time last year as a freshman. Now a sophomore gets her first basket tonight. And that press by Wayzata. Maple Grove able to break it. Strong two-shot by Lexi Hanna is too strong either. And then at the other round, the push-off, legal perhaps, by Keyser, and she's able to score.
You know, the last two times down, they've been able to break that press and unfortunately just have not been able to finish at the other end.
Look at the last couple of Wayzata baskets.
Nice three there by her. You know, I've watched as the years have gone, and it's been really fun to watch the kids that actually finish at the same time as they're making the contact. Before, sometimes that contact would happen and it would kind of go all over the place, and just the confidence in the players.
Sophia Anderson into the lineup for Maple Grove, along with Caitlin Clough. Last foul was on Annika Keyser, who was trying to draw the charge instead of blocking foul on her. Odie's pass knocked away, stolen by Hawkinson. Hands it off to Day. It's 7-6 Wayzata. They've got the last 5 points.
You know, that's something Coach Cook talked about also, is that just reducing the amount of turnovers.
Kaya Nash and Ellie Howard in for Wayzata at that last whistle. Howard missing on that shot. Odie stopped, and she got fouled on the arm. Foul's going to be on Hawkinson.
You know, when you look at the scoring for both teams for the first two games, you know, they've got their high scorers, but there's a lot of scoring by a lot of players getting involved, and coaches love that. You got a lot of multiple players involved in the game, and it just builds the confidence and makes you stronger.
Odie off on the left wing. Shadowed there by Kaya Nash. Odie from 17, a little bit short, and Hawkinson gets fouled by Clough. Team fouls even now at 2 apiece.
Caitlin Clough, number 12, picks up the first personal. It's a 17 on the Crimson.
So we stay at 7-6 Wayzata, about 6 minutes into the first half. Hawkinson, lob down low, nice pass, but unable to finish was Burns. Rebound Maple Grove.
That's going to be crucial for Maple Grove to continue to crash those boards because of the difference in height and them Wayzata wanting to go inside so much. They've got to have people hitting the boards.
Day gets a piece of that shot by Odie. And then a turnover by Wayzata. Odie gets it back, and then she turns it over. Back and forth we go. Hawkinson. Day open from the corner. Too long and rebounded by Anderson. Nice drive and a little step around move by Clough, but couldn't finish at the basket. Hawkinson off to Howard. Inside, Burns back out, 3-point try, too strong from Nash. Things have gone a little cold here from the field. Still at 7-6. Odie now driving and scoring. That's 6 of their 8 points. Three-point shot is in. That's L.A. Howard, a 5'9" junior. Second three-pointer made by Wayzata.
Just good ball movement on that last one where they had people were going in and got her wide open on the wing.
Drive and then just losing it was Clough out of bounds. Pretty well defended by Howard as she came down court too.
For Maple Grove, Bella Hannah, Lexi Hannah return. Also checking in, 25, Sienna Miller.
Jenna Mayer in for the first time. Here's Kelsenberg. So a fake by Burns goes in and banks it in. And her defender to commit and had herself an open look closer to the basket. Is that by 4? Holmquist. Her shot try not good. Kelsenberg corrals the loose ball and has the rebound. Outlet to Howard, who'll bring it into the front court. Three-point shot way off on the attempt by Nash.
I like her decision there. She got that rebound, was going to tear out of there, and then just kind of got her composure, realizing there was just too much going on.
Nice defensive play there by Nash. Got a hand in there and forced that turnover. Kelsenberg. Back down her player and scores. Hannah's pretty good size, but Kelsenberg just a little bit bigger, right? About a couple, 2-3 inches taller and a strong player, and Wayzata has its biggest lead at 6.
Well, that's what Coach Stewart said. She said, we really want to try and get the ball inside like that. And that will be a challenge right now, Maple Grove. How are you going to defend this? How are you going to keep the ball from getting in? When it does get in, what are you going to do to try and reduce their scoring options?
Odie from the corner for 3. Not good. Rebounded by Lexi Hannah. Before the shot clock, up and in for 3 for Jordan Odie. And a turnover by Wayzata. Look at the last couple of baskets. One for Wayzata. Kelsenberg.
Good defense.
Yeah, right. And then Odie beating the shot clock with a 3.
It's kind of nice when you have a pure shooter like that,
right,
and to
helps.
right at the. You could see though at the beginning of the game here, it's just some. I don't know if you want to say jitters or stuff, but early season things right now that still are working on.
Held ball here. Alyssa Baronic tied up by Sophie Hawkinson. And the possession arrow will stay with the Crimson. Inbound here from Lexi Hannah. Drive, and unable to finish. At the rim was Baronic. Back comes Wayzata in transition, and Kelsenberg gets to the rack again, and she'll go to the line this time for 2.
First of all, it's Maple Grove, Sienna Miller, number 25, her first 13.
They're committing the foul. It's her first, third team foul, and Kelsenberg to the line for 2.
Substitution for the Crimson, 34,
Sophia Anderson back in for Maple Grove. And Bella Hannah out. First 2 free throws of the night, both made by Wayzata's Kelsenberg. They lead by 5. Odie, hesitation, kicks it open. 3-point try and not good. Just off the mark on the shot from Anderson.
Well, and that's what Maple Grove's going to be looking to do too. I mean, you got the height on both ways. They have to deal with the defense going against it for them on offense, and if they can get the ball movement they want and kick it back out, Maple Grove's got plenty of good outside shooters also.
Whistle and a foul on the floor.
It's the fourth team on the Crimson, and their substitutions are Addie Hanna.
Foul on Veronica first, team's fourth.
Bella Hanna, 42.
Underneath, Day. Takes it back out. Shot that comes around and out for a good nature. The follow-up up and in. Basket and a foul. Day getting down the guard, but she's good size. She's 6'1". Puts it up and in. Following Lexi Hanna's her first. Short on the free throw attempt. Odie with the rebound. Little fake. Oh, the three-pointer in and out for Bella Hanna. A good look at the hoop, and shot just wouldn't go. Here's Hawkinson. She'll drive. Missed on the shot. Well defended by Addie Hanna, and Maple Grove has it. Bella Hanna. Ball gets deflected, and the basket up and good, and a foul. Sophia Anderson. It's the first bench points tonight for Maple Grove, and she'll go to the line for one.
That's going to be another important aspect too for Maple Grove. Get those points from the bench, get in, get comfortable with the flow of the game, and take what they give you.
Fouls on Ella Goodnature, her first. Free throw long and rebounded by Hawkinson. Each team using their bench quite a bit here early, Patty. Maple Grove's gone 9 deep so far. Wayzata 8.
They both are, and I think Maple Grove also dealing with a little bit of fouls, so trying to find those right combinations.
Keldenberg travel. Turnover Wayzata. And now Lindsay Harvey becomes the 9th player into the game for Wayzata tonight.
See, and that's a benefit for both teams too. They are deep. They can go to that. So next man up kind of thing here, especially if we get into any foul trouble.
Yeah, and and I think for these teams, nice little spin move by Hanna, can't finish. Bella Hanna getting it back. And then into the hands of Anderson, then Lexi Hanna. It's that they do have talent. These players that are coming off the bench are good players. You're not losing a lot, if anything, when you bring any of these other 4 in for each team.
Exactly, and that's kind of fun when that happens. So it doesn't always happen that way, but you're right. They can step in, and they both have confidence. Both teams, they both play tough schedules. So, both teams have experienced different pressure situations, which helps all the kids.
11.
Burns back in for Wayzata at that last whistle. Odie for Maple Grove. Shot missed right before the shot clock went off for Addie Hanna. That comes Wayzata quickly on offense. Banked too hard there by Keiser. Wayzata gets possession back. Hawkinson. Oh, nice little entry pass there to Burns. Great assist for Hawkinson, who hasn't scored tonight, but playing good floor game. Burns now with 4 points. Lexi Hanna ends off. Holmquist. That's Bella Hanna. Skip pass across and missed. Out of bounds. Turnover, Maple Grove.
They're just trying to get in sync, and the pressure defense that Wayzata's applying, they're all over the place on it, so they're challenging them at every aspect of it.
I think the defense has been pretty good both ways.
I agree.
So far. Pass down low. Day.
Day with the basket, number 3.
And a foul, I believe. Burns on the pass. Day the basket. It is going to be on Jordan Odie. It's her first 16 foul. Look at it again. Great pass from Allie Burns. Little push by Odie, enough to draw a whistle. Missed on the free throw, rebounder by Odie. 9-point Wayzata lead at 22-13. Odie attacking, and she draws the foul and go to line for two.
I think that's where sorry, John. I think that's where Maple Grove also has to take it. They need to attack that basket to get some fouls called on Wayzata also.
That's team fouls right now, 6 for Maple Grove, 4 for Wayzata. Odie first time at the free throw line tonight. Good free throw shooter and makes it. Got them both. 11 points for Jordan Odie. 5 minutes to play. Quick moving first half. 22-15. Trojans lead the Crimson. Here's Hawkinson backing down. Holmquist got a piece of the ball and knocked it out of bounds. Get it again. Good defense and blocked by Holmquist. Tried to save it inbounds for a teammate. But here's a three-pointer from Day. Missed it. And then Hawkinson had a hand on the ball trying to get a steal and couldn't come up with it. Three-point try. Holmquist. Too strong. Double team in the corner, and they force a turnover. Maple Grove getting it ball back. Holmquist put up another one. Short. Good strong rebound by Allie Burns.
Yeah, that's the hard thing for as far as Maple Grove. They're getting some good shots. They're just not dropping for them.
Turnover here. It's the ball's thrown away, and it does end up in the hands of Odie, and banks it home. Addie Hanna throwing it down court. Odie able to corral it. That's not an easy shot. Kind of going away and banking it in from about 8 feet.
Well, and you watch when she gets the ball and she gets into the paint, she's usually got 2 or 3 people coming at her every time also.
Hawkinson with the basketball. Her team up by 5. Burns a little bit short. Rebound, we get a tie-up between Nash there and Addie Hanna. This time the possession goes to Wayzata.
Also 24, Kaiser, and Kelsenberg returns 41. Maple Grove's Bella Hanna is back in number 42.
You definitely agree that with the number of kids both teams using, the legs aren't getting too worn out.
Off the miss, a rebound for Bella Hanna. Oh, Wayzata comes up empty. They've gone a little cold here the last few possessions. It was a 9-point lead, down to 5. And off to Odie. Three-pointer is up and in. Odie with 16 points already here in the first half. Maple Grove back to within 2.
She's keeping her team in there, and so hopefully some of her other teammates just relax and just believe in their shot and what they could do too, but wow, that was pretty.
Hawkinson answers. That's her first basket tonight.
You know, you're watching kids every year, they're getting farther and farther away from that three-point line when they're shooting those. That was a pretty shot by her.
I have a little floater up, won't go for Holmquist. Hawkinson. Kelsenberg, nice move, but couldn't finish at the basket. Rebound to Bella Hanna.
Missed a good cutting teammate, wide open, cutting through there.
Odie turns it over. Lost it on the dribble. Hawkinson for Wayzata. Nash finding a little room and it closed in a hurry. Got her own rebound. Three-point try from the outside from Hauer. A couple of times off the rim, not good. Another offensive board. Hawkinson will put up another three. That spins out. Kelsenberg, you get enough tries at the basket, and eventually they're going to go in, and Katie Kelsenberg finishing there for the Trojans. Minute and a half to go. 7-point Wayzata lead. A quick first half. Bellahana. And a reach-in foul called on Kelsenberg. That's her first. Neither team in the bonus yet. 15 fouls. So Hawkinson, 3 a couple of possessions ago for Wayzata.
You know, and that's pretty good because the way it was going, you were kind of fearful that Maple Grove was going to have Wayzata in the bonus pretty quick, and they've been able to settle down a little bit defensively.
Kate Holmquist with the basketball. Bellahana, here's Lexi Hanna. Her three ball is good. First basket tonight for the senior. 27-23. Minutes of play in the first half.
That's what Maple Grove needed. They needed somebody else to put the bucket in. And Jordan's been doing a great job keeping the team in. Now everybody else get a little more confident. And
Hawkinson, or excuse me, Kelsenberg with a great pass down to Keiser for the basket. Found her cutting in the paint, and second basket for the sophomore. Odie outside the lane, now turns in or turns around and scores.
a little bit of a fadeaway for her to create some space. She still has a nice touch. Deal with the height issue, the disadvantage there on the other side.
Shot clock is off. Down to 10 seconds. Kelsenberg, too strong on the shot, rebounded by Addie Hanna. They got a chance. Three ball right before the buzzer, misses for Lexi Hanna, and then it's the end of the first half.
Well, you know, it's a 4-point game right now, and for a while there it was looking like it might be a little bigger spread. I think Maple Grove did a good job staying in there. And I think Wayzata did a great job of continuing to their game plan. Get the ball inside because they've been able to take advantage of that. Then their three-point shooters started lighting it up too.
Jordan Odie with 18 points in the first half for Maple Grove with the Crimson Trail. Wayzata, all 5 starters have scored for the Trojans. They lead it by 4. Happy Thanksgiving from CCX. More basketball from Maple Grove High School after this.
In 1935, Topline Financial Credit Union was founded by workers from our local phone company, by people who dedicated their lives to keeping our community connected. At Topline Financial, that dedication lives on because we believe that dreams are achieved when we connect with each other. So if you're dreaming of buying a new home or car, or planning for your future, or saving for that next vacation, connect with us. We'll help you get there, because connected, we all do better.
Halftime, non-conference girls basketball tonight. Wayzata leads Maple Grove 29-25. John Jacobson, Patty Sorensen back at Maple Grove High School. Let's look at highlights from first 18 minutes tonight here. Good start for the Crimson's senior, Jordan Odie. Patty immediately getting into the paint and hitting those shots that really are impossible to defend. There's nothing you can do and let them shoot. And then good anticipation here defensively. Gets yourself a layup. Wayzata able to get in a rhythm offensively. They knocked down 3 3-pointers in the first half. That one coming from Marin Day. The defense by Wayzata. They forced Maple Grove into some turnovers, certainly in that first half. But ball movement here in the 3-pointer from Ellie Howard in the corner. Katie Kelsenberg. Physical move to get to the basket and score. Odie beating the shot clock on that attempt. Put in 3 more. She had 2 3-pointers in the first half. Blocked by Kate Holmquist there. Odie, there's a second 3 of the night. huge first half for her. Sophie Hawkinson, her only basket right here. Big one that kept Wayzata in the lead, though, at halftime. Katie Kelsenberg leading Wayzata with 8 points. Modern Day was 7. Burns and Keezer's 4 each. And for Maple Grove, Odie with 18 of their 25 points. Lexi Hanna at a late 3. Bella Hanna and Sophia Anderson, 2 each. Patty Sorensen here in the first half.
You know, it's been interesting to watch in the creation of the shots different people are making, but Maple Grove's going to need more points out of the rest of these girls here, and they got to help step up because Jordan's going to be good, but carrying them all. And I anticipate Wayzata's going to keep going inside. And if they collapse inside, they've got shooters that hit threes from the outside, so Wayzata's going to, you know, have both options going. I just think it's so fun to watch. You know, I talk about Jordan a lot, but she's just so fun to watch because how she creates the space to give herself time to get a shot inside and outside. So I think both teams are right. It's impressive where we are right now with a 4-point game difference, but like I said, Maple Grove's going to want a few more people to step up a little more.
Wayzata 29, Maple Grove 25. We're back with the second half at Maple Grove right after this.
At Topline Financial Credit Union, we love getting to be part of our members' big moments. Whether it's making home improvements, going to school, building a business, or even getting married. An interest-only home equity line of credit with payments as low as $50 per month can help you get there. It's just one of the ways we're helping our members on their financial journeys. Become a Topline member and let us be a part of yours, because connected, we all do better.
Wayzata girls basketball looking to start the season 3-0. They have a 4-point lead on Maple Grove as we get ready for the start of the second half. These teams will be conference opponents next year as Maple Grove moves heading into the Northwest Suburban Conference.
You know, and that's something I think that Coach Cook is looking forward to, competing in that conference. He's always put his schedule and his non-conference teams with a lot of the teams from the Lake Conference. So, and I think he's playing several of them again this year. So I think he fits fine right in there.
There's our preseason rankings that came out. Hopkins and Minnetonka both in the state championship last year. Hopkins number 1, Minnetonka number 2, and you saw Maple Grove there at number 3. These teams will actually play as Odie drives in the opening possession of the half. She thought that ball was tipped, I think. Cook thought it was tipped.
I think everybody thought that.
Except the people who make the decisions on whether it was tipped or not. He seemed to play again, Patty, in a couple of weeks at Wayzata on December 12th.
Yeah, that's going to be a quick turnaround to play again. And I think they've played each other several years in a row, so.
Each team had an opening for another game early in the season, so they scheduled a home and home, so to speak. Well, second possession now for Maple Grove in the half. That came up empty on there first, and Kelsenberg's going to get whistles for a foul on Bella Hanna. Kelsenberg, the first player tonight with 2 fouls, so foul trouble not an issue at all in that first half for either team.
They were just sharing them, singletons, but they were sharing them.
And either team got in the bonus. Home court shot gets blocked out of bounds by Day. What's some of the length that Wayzata has, right? At every spot on the floor, seemingly.
They're very challenging. I mean, the wingspan and just the aggressiveness that they're playing with.
Addie Hanna into Lexi, now to Bella Hanna. Goes at Kelsenberg, can't score. Trojans get the ball back. A little hesitation and a drive. Hawkinson can't get the ball to go down, but Day rebounds. Looked inside to Kelsenberg and then comes back out. Hawkinson now will feed Kelsenberg, turns. Ball won't drop. Odie rebounds.
And here's where the rest of the kids from Maple Grove, they've taken some great shots in their range. They just haven't dropped for them. They just got to keep their confidence up.
Hanna can't get that one to drop. Another rebound for Wayzata's defense. Keezer giving it to Hawkinson, then back to Keyser. Still no points on the board in the first minute and 45 seconds of the second half. Sophie Hawkinson lobbing it down to Burns and back out to Hawkinson. Short, has been partially blocked there. Odie has it. Hesitation, then drive, kickoff from Hannah to Holmquist. Lexi Hannah, Addie Hannah for three. Short out of bounds. Wayzata basketball.
Lid on it for both teams right now.
Natalie and Howard, 33.
Yeah, it's not always been crisp tonight. Some turnovers and shots not going at all for much of the night.
Maple Grove the last couple times has gone down and attacked the paint. They've gotten a decent shot off. They couldn't just get it to fall. And the same thing in the start of this half for Wayzata. They've had some shots, but just a little tight to start the second half for both teams.
Holmquist steps in and gets the steal. Odie will drive, take it off the glass and in. There's our first points in the second half.
Beautiful job by her with the ball control, getting it up, moving it up and around.
Crimson, which trailed by as many as 9 in the first half, back within 2. Hawkinson answers though with a 3 and puts her team up 5.
You know, she's such a floor general, but what an awesome shooter also too. She's going to move around, find her teammates, see the floor, but it's a good job of getting the ball in her hands and putting that shot up.
Bella Hannah gets blocked, and it's fouled by Keyser. Look at the last couple baskets. First Odie, step through and scores, and then from the wing Hawkinson with a 3. First free throw off for Bella Hannah in her first free throw try tonight. Maple Grove 2 of 4 for the game from the free throw line, as is Wayzata. 2 of 5, both free throws missed. Burns trying to get it up over Bella Hannah, who got the defensive rebound, but then can't hang on to the ball. Right back to Wayzata. Sophia Anderson, 34, in for Maple Grove.
Burns did a good job of keeping her composure, moving around inside like that. Again, another case, just couldn't get it to drop, but just her patience in there.
Low, and a foul as the shot went up, and Allie Burns going to shoot 2 free throws. Senior with a couple of baskets in the first half. Fouls on Addie Hannah, her first. Burns averaging 7 points per game in the first 2 games of the year. Makes both free throws. She has 6 tonight. The lead is 7 for Wayzata. Odie, good defense on her by Keyser. Has to give it up. Lexi Hannah just grazed the rim on that 3-point try. Rebounded by Burns. Here comes Hawkinson.
Wayzata did a great job of blocking out on that last one too.
Hawkinson to the basket, scores. Get a timeout. Wayzata has equaled its biggest lead of the game at 9 points.
Yeah, I think Mark wants to talk to these kids. Just get them to regroup, discuss a couple points, stop some of the drives Wayzata's been able to do right now, and then just get more ball movement for themselves offensively also.
Another terrific basket there for Hawkinson. Coming off a state championship season in soccer. Hawkinson really had a good year. Had taken a year off of playing soccer, came back. And I remember talking to Tony Pesnicker before, the head coach for the Trojans, before one of their matches. Like she had never missed a season of soccer. And came back and really had a great year and a fun experience for that team to win state.
Well, and what an experience, you take that year off. You're not guaranteed anything. You come back, and she just had to work, and obviously had a great season and was able to accept that role and do really well.
36-27 Wayzata with 14:02 to play here in the second half. It was a 4-point game at halftime. And Wayzata's outscored Maple Grove so far to start the second half 7-2. Hawkinson with 5 points, Burns the other 2 from the free throw line, and Odie the only basket for Maple Grove in the second half.
Sure, both teams talked about turnovers too. Let's do a better job of taking care of the ball right now.
And as if to say, turnover here for Maple Grove again. Burns took it away from Odie. Hawkinson, good look down her. Oh, couldn't finish the basket. That was a great pass by Hawkinson, but Nash couldn't get the basket to go down. Here's Anderson, back out to Addie Hannah. Hannah will take it to the basket and gets fouled by Keisha. That'll be her third. First player tonight with 3 fouls. And Hannah to the line for 2.
What I think you're seeing here, which as they attack, you've got 1, 2, the third was starting to come in. They're going to have to be aware there's going to be contact as they're going in there. Just be concentrate and finish your shots.
Although Odie has been the leading scorer so far this season, as you would expect for Maple Grove, in their first 2 games, they did have 3 other players that are averaging 11-plus points per game. So you talked about that secondary scorer. Well, they've gotten multiple secondary scorers, so to speak, in the first couple of games. It just hasn't materialized at all tonight. Maple Grove here getting a turnover on defense. See if they can turn it into offense. Odie right through some traffic and get a foul here on Nash.
Yeah, they do have scoring power. Like you said, it's been a little tougher for them in this game. They just haven't been able to find their touch for those other scorers for Maple Grove.
Odie wide open for a 3. Can't connect off the inbound pass. Hawkinson rebounds. Look inside, then back out. That shot won't go. Good look for Hawkinson, but it didn't drop. Rebounded by Holmquist. Here's Lexi Hannah. Pass. Anderson scores it. Wayzata quickly back, and shot wouldn't drop for Keyser. Maple Grove will push it. Holmquist. Odie with it. It's a little bit of a screen, and Wayzata gets the switch. From the corner, the drive to the basket. And the hoop, back-to-back baskets here for Sophia Anderson. Crimson student fans love it, and they're back to within 4.
Just seeing the confidence a little more coming up with that. They're realizing, okay, we know we're going to get maybe a double and triple coverage and attacks on us, but.
And now Wayzata will use a timeout here. Each team's used one here in the opening minutes as Maple Grove's pulled back to within 4.
And that's what coach is going to talk about for Wayzata. It's like, all right, we got to get back to our ball movement, getting things going, and they're probably dressed. They feel like they're giving up some buckets, but credit Maple Grove. They're continuing to attack and go at the bucket, getting a shot off and getting to the free throw line. We actually have feels a little bit like a reverse in fouls from the first half. You know, right now with Wayzata with 5 team fouls and Maple Grove with just 1. So
Maple Grove still has a game yet this week. They'll play in the Pat Patterson tournament over at Hamlin on Saturday and take on Rosemount, and then host Lakeville North on Tuesday. Then they get a little break in the schedule, not another game till the 12th at Wayzata. And Wayzata is off until a week from Friday. They will host Park Center in what will be their home opener of the season, the first of 3 straight home games for Wayzata, featuring Park Center, Chaska, and then Maple Grove. Anderson completes a 3-point play. And now it's a 3-point game. Kelsenberg up high with the basketball. Hawkinson for 3, rattles it in. Starting to heat up from the outside. It's her 3rd 3-pointer of the game. She's got 8 second-half points. Odie attacks. Not good. Rebounded by Kelsenberg. Off to Hawkinson. Ball gets tipped. Holmquist forcing the turnover. Mayer into the front court with it. Now to Odie. Odie pulls up from 12, not good. Rebounded by Clough, ball knocked out of bounds off Wayzata.
That last time what they did is they totally overloaded the one side for Jordan. They brought everybody over to the left so Jordan could make an attack on the right there. And then she was able to kick it.
Odie on the inbound. Anderson. And a Holmquist. Mayer for 3, and it's good. Her first basketball tonight. .36. Good look down low. Day left open. Burns the assist.
They've had that happen a few times where they've been able to get that back cutter wide open under the basket.
Anderson through a couple players. Loose ball picked up by Mayer. Looking to find Holmquist. That was a tough pass, and referee overruling one, and that ball was chipped by Wayzata. Look at the Mayer 3-point shot.
And that's what they needed. It was a very good shot, good timing.
Whistle and the foul before the inbound. That was going to be on Day, her second. That's already the 6th team foul, so 10+ minutes to go. We get another foul. And Wayzata has fouled Maple Grove into the bonus. Julie Stewart can't believe it. Day getting back-to-back fouls before the ball is even inbounded. And now she has 3 fouls. Kieser has 3, Kelsenberg 2. And Odie the line for a 1-on-1. And 1 more to come.
That's a player you want at the free throw line. She's just very comfortable up there.
Both. 22 points for Jordan Odie. Tipped him back to within 3. Lexi Hanna back in. Mayer will get a rest. But Patty, it's a lot of time on the clock to have the bonus in your side.
That is true. That is true.
Shot from in close, but wouldn't drop for Nash. They get the offensive board and reset. Good pass. Hawkinson to the Burns. The Burns who cuts to the basket and scores.
And that's one of the things that Wayzata has to get back to a little bit. They've gotten out of some of that, and every time we've seen them make some good cuts and passes, they've been able to get a pretty open shot.
Bella Hanna drives and scores. Their first basket since early in the game. Teams trading hoops. 3-point game again. Drive by Day, up and in.
Nice job by Day.
She's in double figures with 11 points, 45-40. They're in the midway point of the second half. Addie Hanna thought about it, then will drive baseline and gets fouled before she goes up with a shot. But again, they're in the bonus, so she'll go to the free throw line. Fouls on Good Nature, her second.
24 Kaiser returns for Wayzata. And in the rows, Kate Holmquist, number 20, is in. At the line, Addie Hanna for Maple Grove.
Hanna 1 out of 2 from the free throw line here in the second half. Didn't hesitate. She gets the ball from the referee and halfway into her motion. Make a little more time here. Second one is also good.
They're starting to hit those, and they got to take advantage of this bonus right now. They've got a huge difference in the fouls, and this is where they can take advantage and continue to attack the basket.
Yeah, just one team foul on Maple Grove in the second half, and the pass from Burns sails out of bounds. Another timeout for Wayzata. Well, Julie Stewart's got to be concerned about the fouls and what else?
Well, I think that the fouls and basically getting back to their offensive movement, and then why are we the things they're fouling at back here, okay? Or like both those fouls, dead ball fouls, basically. Got to play smarter than that defensively, get our feet moving and communicate. But I think too, get back offensively with. But I agree with you. Probably the bigger problem is this foul situation they're in. That's for sure. And Maple Grove's doing a good job at the line when they get there. And Coach Cook, I'm sure, is encouraging his kids to just keep attacking. Right now, you got to attack and then get rebounders there.
And they've had other players step up here in the second half. You talked about at halftime how important it was for the Crimson to find somebody other than Jordan Odie that can score. Now, she's got 4 points in the second half. We've got Bella Hanna with a basket here in the second half. Addie Hanna with 3. Mayer had that 3-pointer. Sophia Anderson with 5. So they found other people that can score and have scored here in the second half. And now you're down just 3 points, and you're not relying solely on number 31.
And it makes then Wayzata defend differently too. You know they were really working on shutting down Jordan.
And a 3-pointer for Lexi Hanna here, her second 3-pointer. We're tied at 45. That held the lead for a long time, but Maple Grove has come back to tie it. Burns to the basket. Another good look inside, and Allie Burns able to finish. She's got 10 points. Odie trying to tie it back up and does. Timeout by Maple Grove. Coaches didn't use any timeouts in the first half. They're going to use them all here by the time we're finished. I feel like each team's used 2 of their 5 timeouts here in the second half. Look at
and that's a big confidence booster for her right there.
Lexi Hanna, and then drive by Odie in the basket.
And again, as she drives, she had 2 people on her that time, but they had 2 other people close by too. She's drawing a crowd, so with the other players starting to pick up the scoring for Maple Grove, that makes the defense have to play a little more solid defense everywhere instead of just focusing on the one. Yeah, we talked about that no timeouts, not in the bonus in the first half, and
right.
We're seeing the exact opposite of this half.
We weren't going to get another 28-minute first half or whatever it was to actually play that first 18 minutes. It wasn't much more than that. It's been a fun opening game for us, though, Patty.
Yeah,
2 terrific teams and good ball game here tonight. And I think overall the level of play has been better here in the second half.
I agree. You're reducing some of the turnovers and just settling in. Whoops, I said that. I said that. It's, you know, you don't say
As
somebody
they
hasn't
say
missed
that, we get a missed shot and then a turnover and then another turnover.
And you're never supposed to
Take it
say
all
they
back.
haven't missed a free throw either, right? Because then they do.
Odie to try to put Maple Grove in the lead. Missed the shot. He's a little slow to get up. Put his back in the play. Hawkinson, handoff to Burns. Hawkinson. To Kelsenberg. Ooh. Crimson fans thought there was a travel. There's instead going to be a foul call on Maple Grove. That was on Bella Hanna, her second. Look at it again.
Oh, she stepped on Bella's foot. That's what she did.
Bella Hanna, that's her second foul. And just the second team foul of the half on Maple Grove. Kelsenberg, who made both of her free throws in the first half, rattles out on the first one.
There's that same old thing, you know, you say that and then they...
Kelsenberg is at the line for one.
Clough in, replacing Bella Hanna. Kelsenberg missing on both. Tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Odie. So Wayzata keeps possession. A break for them. They don't make the free throws, but they'll get the ball back. Howard back into the game, replacing Kelsenberg for Wayzata. Lauren Day on the inbound. Bounce pass. And back out goes Burns. 3-point from the wing. Hawkinson not good. Oh, and a foul underneath. Going to be whistled against Clough.
Sure, she thought she had good defensive position on there, the rebound, but...
Sophie Anderson, 34, is in the
That's her second. So, another crack at it here for Wayzata, trying to break the tie. Burns, good day, and a good step-in move by Anderson. Gets the basketball. It's in the right spot there. And was alert and made the turnover, and then Maple Grove gives it back. Losing it was Lexi Hanna. Day knocked out of bounds, blocked by Maple Grove.
That's going to be one thing both coaches talk about in practice tomorrow is their turnovers. Take a good look at what decisions we're making.
Good block by Holmquist, her second tonight. Burns to Howard, turns and comes up short, rebounded by Bella Hanna. Hanna, she guarded a little too closely there by Ellie Howard. Picks up the foul. But you like strong defense, but...
Well, and you kind of saw that start as she was coming down the floor with her. She was looking like she was getting a little aggressive there and then just kind of wanted to play tough D, but a little too much.
Right, especially when the other team's in the bonus, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now Bella Hanna in and out. Now Maple Grove in the double bonus the rest of the way. Foul doesn't turn Wayzata. Again, roll on at 47 all. Around and in. Teaser with the basket. Wayzata's gotten contributions from several players tonight. No one player, a lot of players in the 8 to 10 point range so far tonight. Trojans back up by 2. Bella Hanna driving in traffic. Gets blocked. Day gets the basketball. Whistle. And Mark Cook. Might have just gotten a technical here.
Well, I think everybody at the other end thought they were out of bounds down there.
An official's warning has been placed on the Maple Grove bench.
Oh, bench warning, so not. So, no technical. Well, inbound instead.
Well, and it was the student body section right down there. Everybody thought it was out of bounds underneath the basket. Oh, nice defense.
Knocked away. Good defense by Anderson. He's played a strong game tonight here in their second half, especially. There's Odie. Step in. Oh, can't get it to go. Gets the rebound and gets fouled. And Odie, who we've seen have no problem with the line so far tonight, will go back for 2 more here.
Well, and like you said, Maple Grove's in the double bonus the rest of the game, too.
49-48. Kyan Nash, sophomore, back in for Wayzata. Got it again. 26 for Jordan Odie. We're tied at 49, just over 5 minutes to go in the second half. Hawkinson for 3, comes up short here. Maple Grove trying to go into the lead for the first time since early in the game. Ball tipped, and a steal for Wayzata. Kelsenberg with it. Hawkinson, short jumper, that won't go. Follow-up is in by Day.
Maple Grove's had quite a few of those turnovers, just passing it up around the top, and they just... And then, like we talked, the wingspan, I'm going to say, for Wayzata, they're doing a lot of deflections, causing a lot of disruption in there for them.
Odie, left side 3. Bellahana trying to put Maple Grove in the lead, but her 3 came out. Hawkinson will walk it up for Wayzata. It's over 4 minutes to go. Timeout, Wayzata.
Wayzata will take a timeout. We will timeout on the floor.
Their first 2 games, a win against New Ulm, and then in the Tip-Off Classic Saturday against an Eastview team that's had success certainly in the last decade plus. Had a 30-plus point win against the Lightning.
Yeah, they had a. She was talking about that game too, and just some things that they're doing, and I think that she feels her team's kind of really gelling together and doing really well with that.
Maple Grove won their season opener against Eden Prairie, and then they lost in the Tip-Off Classic by 7 to Providence Academy, a game that Coach Cook thought, kind of got away from them in the late. And, of course, Providence Academy, an outstanding team. They've won Class 2A the last 3 years. As I mentioned, they will take on Rosemount late in the day Saturday at Hamlet in the Pat Patterson tournament.
Well, and they took on 2 tough teams right away like that too, and they pretty decent games. They both are single digits. Things that I know Coach is going to continue to work on and talk about, and for them is reducing the amount of turnovers that they're having right now.
Wayzata trying to stay unbeaten. Maple Grove looking to go 2-1. This would be a big win for them. It's right now the Trojans, who have led most of the way by as many as 9, up by 2 and with the basketball. Foul away from the ball in Maple Grove here. That'll be their 4th team foul.
Is that one going to go on Jordan, I believe? No?
Yep. That'll be her 2nd.
Jordan Odie, number 31 for Maple Grove, 2nd personal, 14.
The only time the lack of fouls could hurt, in this case, Maple Grove, is if you're trying to foul at the end or you're down by points or a possession, need to get the ball back. A lot of bodies on the floor there. Play goes on. Keyser's shot, tough one. Not good. Then steals it away from Addie Hanna. Can't get the follow-up to go, and it ends up in the hands of Lexi Hanna. Now to Addie Hanna. And right to the basket. Too strong off the backboard and rebounded by Wayzata. Hawkinson with it. Under 3.5 minutes to go. Still a 2-point Trojans lead. Keyser looking into the block and comes back out with the pass today. Keyser, Kelsenberg calling for the ball. Now to Hawkinson. Shot clock down to 10. Hawkinson. Cross, Nash. Tough shot up over Addie Hanna. Not good. Kelsenberg had position, and we get a tie-up between Kelsenberg and Bella Hanna. Possession arrow pointing Wayzata's way. We'll keep it.
I thought Kelsenberg had some pretty nice posts up down there, and they just did not give her the ball. And credit Maple Grove's gal guarding her. She's playing her really tough, but maybe a little frustrating for Kelsenberg because she was open quite a few times.
Hawkinson takes it to the basket and missed it. Rebounded by Lexi Hanna. Here comes Addie Hanna. 2:40 to go. Maple Grove down by 2. Bella Hanna. Lexi Hanna for the lead. Got all 9 of her points on 3-pointers. 52-51 Maple Grove. 2:20 to go. How can they get a stop on defense? Wayzata behind for a rare time tonight. 2 minutes to play in the second half. Shot clock under 10. Murn is fouled by Holmquist.
They played good defense there,
Day,
Maple
rather,
Grove did.
me. Sorry, Patty.
That's all right. They were playing, I mean, just made them take the shot clock down. They had to quick try and get a shot up, and unfortunately ended up for Maple Grove a foul on them.
Yep, good call on the contact by Holmquist, and Martin Day to the free throw line. It's missed on her free throw attempts in the first half, but makes this one.
Kelsenberg, 41 for Wayzata.
Kelsenberg again replacing Nash now for Wayzata. Day with both free throws made. 15 points. Wayzata back in front. 1:50 to go. Step in after the fake on the 3 and wouldn't go for Bella Hanna. Kelsenberg with it, and she's fouled in the backcourt by Addie Hanna. 6th team foul on Maple Grove. So no free throws yet, but now bonus the rest of the way for Wayzata. The minute 38 to go. Well, the Trojans can be patient here. Although it's still just a 1-point lead, but not playing from behind and having to rush a shot, feeling that you need to go back in the lead.
I think you just play good, solid defense and then get back to ball movement, moving your ball and on offense and getting that best shot.
Kelsenberg to the basket, scores the hoop. Her first basket in the second half. She had 8 first-half points.
That's what's kind of surprised me by Wayzata is they didn't hit her with the ball. She was posting many times, and that she was key for them in the first half.
55-52. 20 seconds to go. Foul way out high on Odie and Keyser. It's a big foul. You put Odie in the line for 2 free throws. 25 feet away from the basket on her starting to drive. And Odie so far has been perfect from the free throw line.
She's attempting 2 shots.
You know, that's the point, too, of games this early in the season. 2 really good teams going at it. But a lot of good things to look at that both teams can improve on and make adjustments.
Young Crimson fans here hoping for another Jordan Odie make. She's 8 for 8 from the free throw line. 1-point game, 51 seconds to play. 2 timeouts remaining for Wayzata, 3 for Maple Grove. And a steal here, loose ball. We're going to get a foul in the backcourt on Wayzata. Lexi Hanna steps in, gets the steal. And a foul, and Maple Grove with a chance to go ahead with a couple of free throws here. Foul on Burns. Look at it again. Good defense by Lexi Hanna. Steps inside. And now we'll have a chance at the free throw line. First one off. Their first free throws tonight. Wayzata will make her think about it a little more, taking a timeout. They have one remaining, 41.6 seconds to go.
That's exactly what coach is going to do, make her think about it, and then we're going to set something up for, depending what situation we're in, but maybe shot clock at 41 seconds left, but when they've put it inside, they've gotten a decent shot off, so I would look to see that happen, and then obviously have someone spot up too, but I would look for that inside bucket.
First home game of the season tonight here for Maple Grove. I've noticed some of the guys from the state championship football team have come out and support their classmates, the girls tonight. Trying to pull out a win here in the last minute. They'll have a chance to at least get a tie with one more free throw coming here for Lexi Hanna. (55-54) Wayzata. They led at halftime, 29-25. Had a halftime, or had a lead in each half of 9 points at one time, and Maple Grove's been kind of fighting uphill all night. Both free throws missed, and Wayzata gets the rebound. So still with the 1 point lead in possession, down 35 seconds to go. You can let this play out, but you don't have much time left if you're Maple Grove.
And that's almost.
It looks like a close to a foul there. Odie and Hawkinson near midcourt. 10 seconds on the shot clock. 16 on the game clock, and a steal. Ahead to Odie. Up and in. Maple Grove in the lead with 8 seconds to go. The steal from Bella Hanna, and then hands it off to Jordan Odie, who goes in and scores. 56-55. Odie with 30 with 7 seconds to play.
Well, and I know Coach Stewart was a little upset there because she wanted some time, I think, back on that clock from when she must have been calling her timeout. But that was great, and who to have there but Jordan to get it right back to finish it for you.
They get the double team, and Bella Hanna, there it again, gets the steal. Feeds Jordan Odie, beats Day to the basket and scores.
Her composure, it paid big in that. Just get your job done, get to the bucket.
Yeah, those guys are excited. One more look at it. Terrific defense.
Nice pass, too. Nice to be able to keep your composure. You're on the floor. You got your teammate there. Get her the ball in a decent position.
They did put another 9/10 of a second on the clock, so 7.9 to go for Wayzata. They are out of timeouts, though.
And like Coach Cook's going to say, too, that, no silly foul. I mean, definitely don't want to foul them out beyond the three-point line at all and just play good defense. See if Maple Grove brings a little pressure here just to kind of use up some seconds there on the clock. Coach Stewart's probably looking at it like, I would assume she's going to see if they're going to get pressed here, but get the ball up there, and if you've got a chance, get it inside. Easy bucket there, or...
Maple Grove takes timeout.
Yep, he saw how they were setting up to break his press, and he wanted to have make some adjustments.
The other thing for Wayzata too is, Patty, they got to come the whole length of the court. They're not coming not a half court set that you can run here. You got to get it up court to even get a shot away, and that's going to take, depending on how well you break the pressure, 3-4 seconds probably.
Well, exactly, and depending on, like now Maple Grove's bringing the pressure up where they haven't done that all game. They've picked them up at half court or a little before, but see if the Coach Stewart comes out with a different press breaker this time or not. You definitely, the way she was lining up, and Coach Cook's want to talk about that, you do not want to get beat by a long ball over your head there.
Can't wait for the rematch in 2
I know.
weeks, right?
That's going to be
December 12th at Wayzata. These teams will play again.
That's just really quick to play each other that quick again.
.9 seconds to go. The inbound will be from Allie Burns.
See, and Coach Cook's doing a little bit of what I like to. In a situation like that, I wouldn't have put it on the ball. I don't want to get beat right here.
Into the hands of Hawkinson. Clock winding down and deflected out of bounds. I think Coach Stewart thought there was contact there. Should have been a foul. 0.2 seconds to go. You can't get much off here, right?
No, it's got to be a quick one.
Into Hawkinson, and it comes up short, and that is it.
Wow,
What a game and what a finish for Maple Grove. Again, playing from behind pretty much all night, and they come back and win it in their home opener, 56-55.
Well, and I think the first 2 games Maple Grove has played, they've been tough games this year. They've been in tight situations, so I think that also played a little bit to their advantage of, knowing where you're at and finishing up. But what a good game.
We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll have our post game. We'll hear from a couple of Crimson players. Both teams now 2-1 on the season. 56-55 Crimson the final. We'll wrap it up from Maple Grove High School after this.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
Maple Grove comes back and wins tonight, 56-55 over Wayzata in their home opener for the season. John Jacobson back at Maple Grove High School, joined now by Addie Hanna, and Jordan Odie scored the winning basket. Tell me about the defense, first of all, by Addie's sister, and then you get the layup at the end to finish.
Yeah, I mean, the defense down the stretch was really key for us. Blitzing the ball screens was really key, and then Bella coming up with that steal at the end and that pass ahead was great, and all I had to do was finish it.
Tell me about the defense overall, and you guys were behind by 9 points in the second half, behind by 9 in the first half, but it seemed like it was defense that was helping you get stops, and eventually you're getting into a rhythm offensively and getting some hoops.
Yeah, I mean, the special thing with this team is we never give up. So even if we're down 9, 10 points, it doesn't matter to us until, the buzzer goes off at the end of the game. So we knew we had it, and we have confidence in each other.
How much did it help, too, that you guys were in the bonus the last 10 minutes, and he's cashed in for the most part from the free throw line?
Yeah, I mean, again, just my teammates having confidence in me, and then just the preparation I put in outside of the gym just to knock down those free throws at the end of the game.
Early season game, but how big is a win in week or game 3 here at home?
It's great for us, especially losing to Providence early in the season. This was a really big win for us and hoping to build off it for the rest of the season.
Great game for you tonight. What was working offensively in your game, did you think?
Working off my teammates for the most part, and I know I've said that before, but I mean, them setting ball screens for me, them getting rebounds for me and kickouts, they were huge down the stretch, and that's how I was able to get my buckets.
Congrats on the win. Good luck Saturday against Rosemont.
Thank you.
Addie Hanna, we talked at halftime on TV about needing to have other players step up. Well, it was Jordan a lot in the first half, and I felt like you guys did that in the second half. A lot of you were contributing offensively. Was that a theme at all at halftime, like needing to get other players involved? Because you got a lot of capable scorers.
Yeah. I think at halftime our main focus was just defense because we know our offense naturally comes from that. But yeah, like our defense turned into offense for other people. I think we got a lot more transition points in the second half, but the ball moved better too. So yeah. That was definitely an emphasis, I'd say. Yeah.
3 good opponents so far. How that's got to help you as the season goes on, right?
Yeah. We've got more good opponents to come. First 10 games of the season are very good games, yeah. We set that up on purpose, though, because we want to win state, yeah.
You get another shot at Wayzata in a couple of weeks. What kind of opponent are they to play against?
It's definitely a tough opponent because we know them all very well. We all play AAU together and stuff, so we all know each other's tendencies, so that makes it very competitive games. But then there's also that sense of rivalry with us, too, so those ones are big wins for us. And it'll be a good test, again, just to see how we can handle guarding the post again, because that is one of our things we need to work on this season, and especially rebounding, which that's a great rebounding team. So this is it's going to be another good test this year.
You talked about winning state a moment ago. You guys got a taste of the state tournament last year after missing out a couple of years before that in section finals. How much does that help you in the off season? Like, okay, we want to do that again. Yeah,
for sure. That's been in our minds all summer. That's our goal going forward. That's why we set our schedule up the way it is, with that one goal of winning state and getting back to the barn. Yeah.
Congrats on the win. Have a happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you.
Nice pre-Thanksgiving win here for the Maple Grove Crimson. Again, they take it over Wayzata 56-55. Both teams 2-1 on the season heading into this Thanksgiving weekend. Thanks to all of our crew and to Patty Sorensen. I'm John Jacobson. Maple Grove a winner tonight over Wayzata. Good night and happy Thanksgiving from all of us at CCX.